The universe is a dangerous place. Should you find yourself face to face with an interdimensional vampire, alien dictators, or this one really pissed off cat, you know who to call.
The Green Lantern Corps! They're the Space Fuzz, an intergalactic police force founded billions of years ago by blue leprechaun gods.
And the greatest Green Lantern among them was everyone's favorite, Hal Jordan.
You know him. You love him. You might hate him.
Yeah.
But you gotta respect the man with a will as unbreakable as Hal's.
Until the day his will broke.
After his hometown got completely obliterated, Hal lost his mind. He rampaged through the core, killing everyone in his path, and absorbed the central power battery, the literal Green Lantern.
Becoming the Emerald Tyrant, Parallax.
Parallax is something
One
different than
survivor of
Green
Parallax's
Lantern.
killing spree, Ganthet. And with what remained of his strength, he gave the last Green Lantern ring in the universe to a human, Kyle Rayner.
So, was Kyle picked for his indomitable willpower like Hal was?
He was just dead.
Nah, he was just there, boys. He was just there. Full name, Kyle Rayner. Age 30. Older than the other dude. Height, 5'11". He's shorter. Weight, 175 pounds, 79 kilograms. Occupation, comic artist. That's why he has so much imagination. Green Lantern, a.k.a. Ion, Parallax, Torch, what'd you say? Bearer. Like Superman, Asian movies. I have no idea why.
Change Hong.
That right there is like camera, but it's Gamera. What is that? Dislikes. DC editorial. Jaws. Love triangles. Enemies of
Heat. It's not. You can say heat. You cannot say heat. That is those are HEAT, but you can call it for short.
Harry had no idea what was going on. Must feel good being given the most dangerous magical weapon in existence to figure out on your own. Hey, if Colonel Sanders, Daffy Duck, Space Wheat, and a sentient fox can master it, what's your excuse, Kyle?
The Green Lantern ring can do anything, fulfilling any wish its user desires as though it were a genie from a lamp.
It lets you fire energy blasts, create force fields, affect gravity, turn invisible and intangible, manipulate matter, time travel, warp reality, and erase things from existence.
Think we're exaggerating? Well, consider the
protective aura, flight, galactic database, artificial intelligence, invisibility, intangibility, which means he might be able to dodge the
infinite possibilities, though. Listen. He cannot dodge it because there's infinite possibilities that it hits.
The probability is what it changes. But what if he lets it touch him and then turns intangible at the last second? Time manipulation. Time travel.
It would have to go backwards because it's infinite freaking probability.
No, it's a yeah, I know.
The probability of hitting him. It did not hit him because it phased through him.
What if it touched him a little bit, though?
Then it would explode and it would do damage.
It would be intangible. Age manipulation. Matter manipulation. Gravity manipulation. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Mind reading.
Do you not know what Durin Logon goes into space for? Is he not a space mecha? Gravity manipulation does not matter.
He could just move the gravity or something.
And he can move his infinite energy.
Reality warping. Constructs. You get?
We skip mind reading.
No, I got mind reading. Reality warping. Constructs. Energy blast. Shields. Exoskeletons. Melee weapons.
I wouldn't know what
projectile weapons.
Does.
Oh, it's just like a mech suit, basically.
Oh.
Projectile weapons. Vehicles. Animals mythic creatures. Mecha. Resistance. Poison.
Entropy.
Antimatter. And reality warping. So he's resistant to it. Meaning, most of his attacks are not...
Yeah, but he's not probability manipulation.
So that's a good thing that he has reality warping.
Doesn't the other guy have it too, though?
I don't know.
Time Kyle stretched the very fabric of space to increase the Planck length a billion times over. That's like stretching an inch into a light year.
Lanterns control time and space, letting them fly so fast they can create a Speed Force singularity.
Tapping into the Speed Force requires entering a higher dimension of space, requiring speeds that are not only faster than light, but totally immeasurable. And the rings have an artificial intelligence that operates just as fast, automatically protecting its user from danger.
Like the time that Boozer Kilowog survived being erased from existence by the Crisis on Infinite Earth.
The ring is fueled by its user's willpower and limited only by their imagination.
While Hal may have had the greatest willpower in the Corps, Kyle's imagination is unmatched, probably because he's a comic book artist. And we know from this show, they think of some wild shit.
But the Green Lantern's most recognizable ability is their constructs, Kyle's speciality.
Samurai armor, pirate ships, giant dragons, actual working home computers, and his favorite, super fighting robots. Hey, that one looks familiar.
Kyle can make them strong enough to lift the Spectre, who weighs as much as eternity.
Or pull back a 12.3 dimensional
They could
Big
both have
Bang.
infinite
Wait,
things.
0.3? DC's multiverse has
12.3.
12.3 dimensions. That is
See,
the
it's higher than
stupidest thing I've
11.
ever heard.
The ring's only downside is that it's limited to 24 hours before needing a recharge.
So it can blow up universes, but it has the battery of an iPhone. Never mind, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Although I'd say Kyle's biggest weakness was Kyle. With great power came no responsibility.
Perhaps a manifestation of Kyle's self-doubt. Any reflection came too late, though, when one of Kyle's villains brutally murdered his girlfriend, Alex, and put her body in a fridge.
Kyle wasn't the only one traumatized. This moment was so infamous, it started the trope called fridging.
For how female characters are often sacrificed as mere plot devices to further a male character's development.
So it might surprise you that it happened to Kyle again.
Kyle finally got serious.
Finally,
He
after
became
the
a
second
prominent
death.
member of the Justice League, faced off against Hal, and even rebuilt the Green Lantern Corps better than ever.
But little did he know, this torchbearer's greatest journey had only just begun.
In order to save Ganthet from an emotional lobotomy, it's a long story, he had to master all the colors of the emotional electromagnetic spectrum.
There are 7 colors, each representing a different emotion.
There's a
The
black one,
yellow
but
light
we didn't
of
talk about
fear
that
lets
one.
Kyle manipulate the worst horrors in your mind. The more scared you are of him, the stronger.
I just want to say something about the life equation. Why is it even there?
I don't know, man. Red Lantern, my favorite. Napalm plasma breath. Rage infection. Blood absorption. He can absorb his blood.
Shut up.
Okay. Blue Lantern. Healing.
No, stop. Stop right there. I just want to tell you something right now. I don't care what anybody says, but I still don't understand what a crystal mattress is doing here.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm shaking. I can't stop shaking. There you go. Yeah, why is it? I don't know. Blue Lantern, healing, possession, possession nullification, emotional purification. Sapphire Lantern, crystal mattress. Oh wow. If sapphire is love, it makes sense. Mind control. Indigo Lantern portrays compassion manipulation. So with compassion, it says that it can
portals, not portrays. Thank you very much.
My bad. Yeah, you're right. Compassion can take away willpower.
Does it matter?
Yeah, because it, he runs with that.
Remember earlier it said
Orange
that it's
Lantern.
a different energy entirely?
Alright, well, whatever. Orange Lantern, energy siphoning, soul manipulation. Yellow Lantern, fear manipulation. Fear empowerment. White Lanterns, control over life. Resurrection. Clairvoyance.
Okay, resurrection is not allowed up in this fight. Dead ass.
Don't know what the heck clairvoyance is, but sure.
Clairvoyance is like the telepathy.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay, that makes sense. Astral communication, life equation, mathematics, source of life, extensive reality warping.
I hate this so much because it has a life.
He becomes.
Orange light is fueled by bottomless avarice, possessing Kyle to absorb not merely his enemies' attacks, but also their souls.
Red is rage, ripping out Kyle's heart and replacing his blood with napalm, which Sounds like it sucks, but it's metal as hell.
Blue light is powered by hope and allows Kyle to
That's
heal
crazy
wounds,
how he
resist
said
mental
metal and
elimination,
napalm in
and
the same
supercharge his ring.
Indigo
Supercharge
is
his ring.
compassion, reducing his opponent's will to fight and letting him open portals across space,
See?
connecting him to others.
The final one was the sapphire
Oh,
light
across
of love.
space, then
With
he
it,
not
he can
take
trap
over
enemies within
university.
crystal matrices and control their minds. But Kyle only mastered it by forgiving himself for Alex's tragic death.
Oh, self-love. I get it.
That
Must
makes
be
sense.
nice.
My
And with
camera
their
thing's
powers
blowing up.
combined, he doesn't just make his enemies taste the rainbow.
The lights of the spectrum
Alright,
merged,
now you're
and
talking
Kyle
about gay
became a white
Wow,
lantern
bro.
with total control over the
I had
power
nothing
of
against
light.
them.
Wiz,
I had
I
nothing
cannot think
against
of an
them.
attack more useless
Nothing
in a
against
death
them at
battle
all.
than something that makes you live.
Empowered by the physical embodiment of all life in the DC multiverse, Kyle is vastly more powerful than any other lantern in existence.
Far stronger than Hal, who could harness the energy of every power battery across the multiverse.
Not only can Kyle instantly heal all wounds, purify corruption, and resurrect the dead, the white light of life is strong enough to go up against threats to all of creation, like the Anti-Monitor.
Okay, so it's not totally useless.
Especially after Kyle visited the Source and acquired the life equation. Essentially the source code to reality, the life equation is mathematical proof that life is worth living.
With it, Kyle can alter all of
Ha.
reality at a whim, even threatening
Tell that
the
to all
new
the people
gods
that-
like Darkseid.
The
Never
life
mind.
equation, like
Can't
its
say that.
counterpart, the anti-life equation,
I just want to say,
I'm running out of time.
outsped the laws of physics is crazy.
I told you that. I told you that, dude. Contained a supernova, survived the Big Bang that created the DCU.
Stop. The last
Can you
guy.
read? I can't read.
Huh?
I can't read.
Read what? I created the TCU. Oh, outsped the laws of physics, surpassed how Jordan's
Not that
power.
loud.
Resisted the anti-life equation domination. Oh my MO square. I don't know what I just said, but that shit is crazy. Master the emotional spectrum. Defeated Wonder Woman, Parallax, Amazon, and Oblivion. Hey, what the hell
Crazy.
is Oblivion?
Oh, it's already 12 cool.
is a conceptual artifact from a higher reality, originating in a platonic realm that is, in a sense, more real than we are.
So it's not a shock that the equation made Kyle too powerful.
He struggled to control it, and it subconsciously manifested a being composed of his fears and anxieties.
Not more real than-
Oblivion. Kyle's greatest weakness
Oh,
was still
Oblivion. He defeated himself.
Kyle spent his whole life struggling with the power that the gods granted him, and throughout it all, he always rose to the occasion, carrying the universe on his back.
But ultimately, the only way to stop power from corrupting is to spread it. So Kyle split the life equation into pieces to found his second core, the White Lanterns. And together, they shattered Oblivion, destroying the
what do you mean
self-doubt that
second
plagued
core?
Kyle once and for all.
Oh, it's
Not
you
bad
green
for a
stuff.
comic book geek from LA.
And now he was the one giving out rings of unlimited power to people who weren't sure if they could command it.
So he told them the truth. You can't teach someone how to use such power. You have to learn yourself, making mistakes along the way.
But with the power of life at their command, there's no end to their journey, only endless beginnings.
See you in the fight, guys.